Alright, I just acquired permission to look through this entire area that's been recently cleared. So our first find is this brick, but I'm not going to bring that one home because I got a couple thousand miles of traveling to do and I don't want to haul the weight. But that guy that gave me permission found this one. It's not really worth much, but it is blown in a mold, so it's about 1912. So he told me there was a bunch of glass coming out of the dirt over that way, so I'm going to go check it out. And there's a bottle he left out there. And there's a piece of something right here. Whoa. That is a saloon back bar bottle top. Super thick. So that's some good old stuff. This looks like it's a blown in a mold champagne. That's crazy. This stuff's too old. Well, not too old if I'm looking for saloon flasks, of course, but let me put this camera down so I can start probing. Well, I probed a lot. I couldn't really feel anything, but there's a lot of glass along this area. Even more. And then a whole bunch over this way. And it's early 1900s. All blown in a mold. It makes me wonder, he said this was a tent town. All that was here was a bunch of tents because there were so many people living here they couldn't build houses fast enough. Could this be a tent saloon that all this trash is coming from? Oh my god. Everybody missed this. This is a soda bottle. It's got to be embossed on the other side. It is. But it is just one of those Houston Brewing Company. But still, that's pretty fun to find this on top of the ground. It's blown in a mold. Gotta be 1910 to 1914. And then over this way, there's a bunch more broken glass. Was it just a bunch of surface glass, or is there some kind of giant trash pit or privy around here? I don't know, but this stuff's really a good age, so I'm gonna have to work this area really hard. Gonna probe every 2 feet of it. And here's another doorknob sticking out of the dirt. A nice condition one right there. And then over this way I see something. It's another early crown top. It's probably the same as those other two. Yeah, it's got the star on it. Well, since it's broken and fairly common, I'll leave that one here. And there's an early amber soda right there, or what's left of it, but I'll bring it home to use it for repair purposes. Well, I've probed about 50 different spots, and I finally found an area where it feels like there's a bit of a layer. So I'm going to dig a test pit right here. Well, I didn't really find anything intact in that spot, but I've moved on about 30 feet over. And there's a lot more glass here. I just have to wonder if there's anything intact. Getting pretty tired, and I'm not finding anything intact. But I just walked over this way for the first time and saw a bunch of stuff that I didn't see before. Got some kind of a bottle that could be intact right here. Sure looks like it very well could be. I better get my single prong scratcher out. But first I'll look at these things over here. There's another one of those Houston bottles. And we've got a whole bunch of glass right here. Another good one for repairing. So back to this one. What's it gonna be? Is it a soda or a beer? Yeah, it's just gonna be a beer. Not liking that. Well, I see the top is sheared off right there, so I'm not even gonna bother to get it out of there. Well, I just scratched out this area and refilled it. That's that spot that had a whole bunch of glass all clustered together. Bottles just randomly scattered about. Oh my God, is that what I think it is? That's a Hutch soda. The top's broken off, but other than that, it's a sparkling clean one. What's it say on it? East Tex Bottling Works, Beaumont, Texas. That definitely would have been worth probably $300, I would think, but I'm really no expert on Texas Hutches. But it's definitely worth bringing back and trying to repair the top on that one. Just in case I didn't get a sharp enough picture of it before, I got it set for the close-up so you can see the embossing nice and sharp on there. So anyway, this guy was telling me that one of his neighbors already came over here and thoroughly searched it and asked about bottles and found a bunch of bottles and metal detected all over this place. So that makes me wonder what he found. So hopefully later today I'm going to get over to his house and see if he'll show me what kind of bottles he found. Well, that area definitely had the right age. I mean, older than what I'm looking for. There was some 1890 stuff in there for sure, but it's just so broken and hard clay. I have located another spot that's more like 1925, and that's more likely to have the Coke bottles in it. And here it is. As you can see, there's a big trash layer all over here. So I guess I'm just going to randomly start raking through it. Alright, way the heck on the other end of the lot, I'm starting to find another trash pit. It looks pretty modern. That last spot was purely a surface dump. And this doesn't look any good either. I can't believe after all that walking around here, I just now stumbled on these bottles just laying here. They're not really worth anything. Well, maybe $2 or $3 each, but they are definitely right at 1900. Blown in the mold. Might bring that one home. Champagne bottles don't sell very well, even if they are 110 or 120 years old. But how is there some whole ones? I can't seem to find any whole ones by digging. What is this one? Is that the base of a champagne? Yeah, sure looks like it. Might be worth bringing home just because it's such an odd piece. Well, I guess I'll check some other places out, like down here, for example. It's on the outskirts of town, so there should be some kind of a dump down here. Well, there was no trespassing signs down there, so why don't we go look in Pig Nut Gully? That's right off the old highway. Looks like a prime spot to dump trash to me. I'm going to check out this town called China, Texas, because it's close enough to have that really rare Coke bottle I'm looking for from Sour Lake. Well, I've driven through almost all of the town, and there's very few old structures left. It looks like they're tearing down the last of the few old ones that are here. Okay, I went over there and talked to him about it. He said it was built in 1865, was it? Or 1895? I can't really remember now. But he said I could probe it. So I'm gonna go back there, but first of all, let me show you what he found. And he gave it to me. It's an economy mason jar. It's from about 1914. It's turning purple already.